Hey guys, it's Scott. I came out to the veg plot to do some work. I got some cardboard I've been collecting. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to be doing some pulling up the potatoes and some garlic and putting down some cardboard for the weeds. But I don't know if you can see behind me. It's getting pretty nasty out here. So I just might end up just putting the cardboard over in the garden and trying to come out later on in the day, hopefully. Yeah, I'm seeing some flashes, so bring this over and we'll see how it goes. Well, what did I say about the weather? Just wait and it'll change. Usually you have to wear my hat because so much sun now. Well, it's been about an hour and a half since I left the garden in a lightning and thunderstorm, and I'm back. Beautiful sunshine, and let me show you what my garden looks like. Now, I have been back to the garden since our vacation. Last week I pulled some weeds. But we were gone for a while, and I've not been as diligent as I should have on the veg plot, because I've been working so much on our home garden that I've kind of put this out. And quite frankly, that's why I have the veg plot out here. We could fit something in our garden if we really tried at home, but sometimes it's good to have the veg plot out of sight. Not so that you forget about it, but because you don't have to deal with the weeding as often. So I like having this veg plot out here away from my house, but walking distance from my home. It works for me, and if I want to skip weeding, I can. So anyways, with that said, I'll show you my garden. Now, the asparagus, I did cut it back when we got back from our trip, and this is new growth in the last week. But to tell you the truth, they say the third year for asparagus is really when you harvest it. I think we actually harvested more in the second year. So, but you know, we like asparagus. Now, the tomatoes are growing, peppers, the kale's doing well, the Swiss chard, that's doing well. And we have some bok choy that's bolting. I think it's time maybe to pull that up. And one thing about a community garden, you got to keep on top of your neighbors' plants sometimes. I'm sure I'm not hurting it. And he's keeping his mint, but I gotta keep on top of my mint. That's on my side. So the peas I need to pull up. We had some nice peas. You can see some peppers in here. The marigolds, of course, will stay. Look at the cabbages. They're looking good. I think it might be soon time to pick one and then to plant some more for later in the season. So I did my own tomato plants by seed. I didn't buy any plants, and they're behind others, but that's all right. I'll have them spaced out. Some beans, but I'm very pleased with the Swiss chard and the kale. We keep that going. Now, some lettuces that I did, an assortment of lettuces. The red, I know, is not tasty, so that will be taken away, at least that red one. This is really bitter too. Of course, I wasn't surprised. that it is bitter, but we've been trying to make do with a little bit of bitterness because, you know, when you go away, as we were on vacation, you think about what's left behind. Let me try this. Yeah, it's all bitter. And what a waste, but you know, it'll go in a compost pile somewhere perhaps, and you just can't keep it if it's not tasty. So I did, while we were gone, I offered our garden up to fellow gardeners to come in and help themselves, and some did, a lot did not. And my onions are here, and so I was going to use a fork to help bring this up, but with all the rain we just had, I don't need it. But I do need to let it dry out. Look at that. In the fall, I will definitely add a lot of good compost, additional compost. That's a nice head of garlic, huh? Broccoli definitely needs to come up. Create more space. Again, I'm not going to be in a rush to throw something out here, but I was out here last week weeding all this. Got some broccoli, some cabbages that the bugs are going after, and I have here Brussels sprouts that look good. Tomatoes, but look at this. Yeah, it's awful. There's no denying that. Now here, oh my goodness. All right, I had a zucchini that I saw, and that's it. Okay, well, that's definitely zucchini bread, right? But we have an awful time in the Midwest here with squash bugs. Here's a nice size one we can use for cooking. And squash bugs, if you don't have them, once they go and they start putting eggs on the bottom side of your leaves, you're fighting a battle. Eggs. You can see some white. I did use 7. I don't like using products like that as a rule, but you know, with the zucchini and the squash bugs, I'm willing to break that rule. Got a lot of flowers in there, which is good. Get some insects in there to help out. Some more tomatoes. So got to harvest. Got to do some weeding. So I think I will get to work doing some weeding while it's wet. Hopefully it comes up really nicely. Well guys, it's been a lot of work. Got a lot of more work to do. Been here about an hour and a half. Got 2 good barrels of weeds. I got some beds ready. I got to head on off to go home. Let me show you what it looks like though. So that's where the garlic was. Turned it over. Get ready for a new crop. The lettuce is gone. Some of it. or I should say most of it. But biggest change is over here. Remember what that looked like? So an hour or so of pulling weeds, hour and a half. Things look better. Got my garlics and onions, zucchinis. Another bag. But peas are all gone. I'll come back for the cabbage and I'll get some kale tomorrow with some Swiss chard. So guys, hopefully you're enjoying your garden. A lot of work today. Got to get home, get ready. Today is my daughter's sweet 16, so we're going to do some special things for her. Otherwise, I might be tempted to stay here and do more work, but you know, as gardeners, once we start doing something, we lose track of time, and I don't want to do that. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you can spend some time in the garden, and we'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.